London is one of the world's greenest cities. It gets greener as you move away from the centre towards the Greater London boundary, where there are many public open spaces, countryside, and even farmland. The 150-mile London Outer Orbital Path, or Loop, takes full advantage of this and almost completely encircles Greater London. It is a great way to get to know London better. The London Loop is divided into 24 sections, ranging from 4 to 10 miles long. They are uneven in distance because they must fit the main public transport opportunities. Passing through 14 of the 32 London boroughs, it starts on the south bank of the Thames in Erith and runs clockwise to finish on the north bank of the Thames in Purfleet. A variety of signs and waymarks indicate the route you need to take, though all of them contain a kestrel, which is the official logo for the loop. Though it may take us some time to fit the whole 150-mile trek into our schedules, follow along as we explore our home city beyond Buckingham Palace and Big Ben.
Alright, in this video we're going to do sections 1, 2 and part of 3, and that starts from Erith to Old Bexley, and to get to Erith we had to take a train from London Bridge.
This is a nice section, well, not the start. It starts a bit rough, but it gets better as we go along. We started here at the River Thames. The tide was out, so unfortunately we saw a lot of dumped shopping trolleys, which was funny, and we ate lunch along this pier. The weather was a bit hit and miss, so we had to start the walk in our rain ponchos. But you know, as they say, there's no such thing as bad weather, only unsuitable clothing, so we marched on.
Once we got out of the sort of industrial estate area of Erith, we were on the paths that were much greener and nicer.
I would say the path here was quite a hidden gem. We saw lots of wildlife, horses, birds, herons. It was really nice actually. I enjoyed it. Out with the rain, of course, but
it was classic British weather. One minute it was thunderstorms, the next it was glorious sunshine. But that's why we packed the rain ponchos. And for some reason, we felt really tired after like the first 2 miles. I don't know why, our energy was just low that day. But maybe it was the wind blowing us too.
Yeah, I don't think the weather helped. But the views to the left of us were beautiful. As long as we didn't look right to the industrial estate, then it was fine. And here's a heron, like I was saying. We did this walk towards the end of June, so in the UK, that's when lots of things are in bloom. So we saw lots of beautiful flowers on our walk. The blackberries were starting to come out. It's a really nice time to be out in nature in the UK.
We finally got a glimpse of sun, so our rain ponchos were off just for a few moments before the thunderclouds came back in. And rain ponchos back on.
We did this back and forth. We couldn't wear them because it was too hot.
This cloud looks like heaven is behind it. Yeah, you can use the app. Go gently and navigate along. It's really easy to follow along. Just cleaning all the mud off our shoes from all the paths.
Yeah, and what's cool about the London Loop is there's expanses of meadows and fields. Some bits you're walking along a river, some bits you're walking through the forest. It really shows you a side to London that many don't see. It doesn't feel like you're in a city.
This is one of the original London Loop signs. I mean, it's a bit damaged now, but yeah. We had to walk along a main road only for a couple minutes to cross this bridge and then back down into the forest.
The people that organized this route really did try and keep you secluded. We weren't expecting this to come up, and it was just so peaceful.
Cricket, classic English sport. On to section 2, where we go from Bexley to Petts Wood.
For section 2 though, we walked halfway and we took a break in Sidcup. Section 2.
I liked this section 1. There was lots more animals about, sheep and
Like proper farmland.
cows, and it felt like a nicer area. Lots of kissing gates to go through. Just ignore the profanity on this one.
By this point, even though the clouds looked sort of ominous, the rain had died down.
This was a very English scene with the English manor and cricket being played in front of it.
This is an 18th century bridge. So here we are at the end of our
First day of walking.
Yep, in Sidcup. We're very tired by this point. We were happy to see the glow of the purple Premier Inn.
To match the purple flowers of this very well maintained park. Next day we headed off to continue along section 2 into this extremely overgrown park, as you'll see in a minute.
Fortunately, this little section wasn't very long, but it was very difficult to get through. If it wasn't for us wearing pants and long sleeve shirts, we would have been so scratched up and stung by nettle. Even though Ian still got stung.
Yeah, I got stung through my jacket. That's why I'm keeping my hands up now, because as you can see, it's just nettles everywhere. It's just a field of nettles, and the path was barely visible through all. But we made it out to these trees.
Would you believe this is London? It's stunning. These trees were huge.
Yeah, London is huge once you factor in all the 32 boroughs. This isn't grass, this is a pond, covered with algae.
And we stumbled upon a Scadbury Manor, which we found out was a derelict manor that was surrounded by a moat. I think they're currently restoring it or excavating it, or...
Yeah, it dates back to 1200. There was a manor on site there. And here's some Canadian geese with their baby. We joined another local walk at this stage, which was bear themed, as you can see. just a quick little detour. We had to walk along the railway line and cross it about 3 or 4 times as well. Trains are everywhere in the UK. And then we started section 3, Petswood to Hayes.
We only did about a third of this section because we were coming to the end of a long day and we had to get the train back home. But all in all, despite the rain and muddy trails, it was an incredible experience. The London Loop has so much to offer and I can't wait to explore more sections in the future. I think it's a great way to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of the city and really immerse yourself in nature. I highly recommend it, but try and get a dry day, because as you can see, it can get very muddy.